do it.
God, it's disgusting.
Yeah, at least it's not cold. You get that message?
No.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm happy that we took all that crap last night because I don't want to be hauling that in the rain.
He's so smart, he wouldn't do the jump. Yeah, he doesn't feel right and he got here. He's like, he's waiting for me.
Oh, he felt restricted. Okay, off we go. Appointment in Seattle. And depending on how it goes, might be going to Las Vegas today. A friend let us use this vehicle for as long as we need it, which is just unbelievable. People have been unbelievable. So thankful. I hope this weather's not a sign for how today's gonna go.
I was just thinking it's not. It's the day that starts very gray and ends sunny
Oh,
in all aspects.
that's what they're calling for? Or that's what you're calling
No,
for?
that's the forecast.
Yeah, we were frantically trying to find a place for the boat. We had no place for the boat. We had to be out of our slip because there's a boat show coming up. And we had no idea medically what appointments we could go to or were available to us. So I was frantically calling around, I think. And then, thank goodness for Yacht Tech, because seriously, they saved our butt. Even though there was a boat show, there's no spots, you had to be out. Everyone had to leave if you weren't in the boat show. They moved boats around and made room for us, but the flip side is that we were literally in the boat show. We weren't in the boat show, but we were in the boat show. So it's a little bit humorous because here we were dealing with this major setback, processing what it means, dealing with all that frustration and uncertainty, and our boat is right where all the other boats are for sale. So there's thousands of people walking the docks, rightfully thinking that our boat is for sale, you know, peering in the windows. It was like a true fishbowl experience. So we're sitting in there just having conversations, researching, trying to get appointments, and then people are looking in our boat, and it has tinted windows, so they couldn't see that we were in there. Anyway, hilarious. But the craziest thing happened. So at one point we went out to leave the boat, and there was this couple, and they were just making conversation, and they said, "Oh, we hear you guys are going to Alaska." I guess talk on the dock was that we were getting ready to go to Alaska. Of course, nobody knows the update or whatever. So we said, "Oh, we were going to, but we're on a medical hold right now, and so it's kind of up in the air." And we just left it at that. Anyway, we started talking to them. They were there because they want a Nordhavn. They're pretty sure they want a Nordhavn.
They had an offer on a Nordhavn.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna even go into that, but yeah, they were pretty sure they wanted a Nordhavn. So they were at the boat show looking, and obviously they started chatting to us about it, and it was just like the easiest conversation. You know, sometimes you meet people and it's just easy. We could talk about whatever. We did perfect strangers. So we're walking the dock, chatting with them. That was it. It was at nighttime. We said goodbye. It was the next day, and we happened to go out of our boat, and they happened to be walking behind our boat again. We're like, "Oh, hey guys." Anyway, we invited them in, and we're sitting having some drinks and just getting to know each other, just chatting, telling stories about boats and life and whatever. And it came out that they were both retired and from the medical field. One is a retired MP, and the other is a retired orthopedic surgeon. So, and then of course, because it comes out then that they're in the medical field, we start talking about the fact that our daughter Maddie is about to graduate PA school, and then they said, so like what's going on with you? You mentioned a medical leave. What's going on? Just if you don't want to share, you don't have to. So we told them what's going on. You know, we had a bad biopsy result, and it shows, you know, at the very least I need to have a hysterectomy, and it might be cancer, and we don't know where it's at, and da. Anyway, I said we're waiting to hear, to get appointments. We're trying really hard to get appointments with a oncology gynecologist, and the guy says, the retired orthopedic surgeon says, one of my best friends from growing up, since I was like 6 years old, is a gynecologist, oncology gynecology expert in Nevada. Do you want me to arrange to talk to him? We're like, so we said, yeah, of course. Like, that's a crazy thing to have happen to us, that we're waiting for this. And anyway, we of course talked to him.
Turn right onto the I-5 South ramp.
Literally an expert in this, does it all the time, and was like, if you're interested, let me know, call my office, or call me on my cell, and we can arrange for you to come in. So we kept that in the back of our mind, because of course it's in Nevada and we're in Washington State, and Dennis was like,
merge onto I-5 South,
pressing hard, like, let's go right now, like, done. So anyway, but I just wanted to exhaust my options here. In the meantime, we had so many people reach out to us, like, in the best way possible, asking how they can help, and or just arranging to help us out. So for example, this car we're driving. Is that what you were gonna say? Yeah. So another weird Nordhavn thing, coincidence or connection, about a year ago, I just happened to see some Nordhavn dreamer that posted that he wanted to get on a 55 because he'd never been on one. I think there was like 3 boats he was trying to get on to just see what model he wanted. And he lived in Washington State, and we were like, or I was like, you can come on our boat. We're going to be at the dock for these dates. If you can make that work, I'm more than happy to show you our boat. And so anyway, long story short, he did. He came, he and his wife came, you know, really liked the layout, but it also gave them a chance to see what it's like. And Dennis and he became friends. They've been texting nonstop since then. They really get along super great. And he reached out, and I don't think the lane change did a very good job there. Oh my gosh, so it went in the lane, but then it decided to leave the lane? That's, oh, jeez, I'm glad there's nobody beside you. So he reached out, and you know when you're in distress and then people are like, oh, anything I can do for you, whatever. Well, he didn't just do that. I mean, he did do that, and we were like, no, we're fine, we're good, we'll figure it out. Then he told Den, like, well, what did he?
My friend's going to drop off a vehicle for you.
Yeah, just like
Sure.
that classic, like, don't ask what you can do, just do something and people will appreciate it. Yeah, so he arranged for his friend to drop off a vehicle that he wasn't using right now.
A brand new 2025 Rivian, just FYI.
Which, by the way, who cares? Like, I mean, that's unbelievable because it's extra generous, but like, the fact that anyone gave us a vehicle.
Agreed.
I mean,
Yep.
we had a vehicle for weeks that wasn't that, and it was amazing. But yeah, so this shows up, and here, use it as long as you want. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, then it didn't have full auto drive enabled, so I texted him to say, hey, I want to do that, and he just paid to enable it for us. Like, it's over the top.
It's over the top. Actually, it's kind of, I'm embarrassed with how.
faster route now via I-5 South.
But, and then, it's just an example. We had so many people reach out, like, strangers, actual strangers. Some we've met one time, just, hi, how you doing? And then they reached out, and they're like, okay, we're from the area, we have connections. One Nordhavn owner that was, oh, Tank Buddy. You
Come
got,
on, pal.
oh my gosh.
Come on, I want.
Why won't you
He
let
wants
it
it.
go?
He's part of the story.
What part of the story are you? What part of the story? That's not a good spot for you, bud. Do you want to come here? You can come on my lap if you want. Okay. Sucker. Everything he wants, he gets. Yeah, we had retired. What type of nurse is she?
Oh no, she was a emergency heli nurse, like a medevac nurse
in Washington State. Reached out again, another Nordhavn owner. Hey, we have this connection. She can help you navigate the Washington healthcare system. I've told her that you're going to contact her. Like crazy awesome stuff. Anyway, and that actually proved to be super valuable because in the meantime, in the background, I've been doing tons of research and trying to get appointments and calling relentlessly. And so we had, at this point, one healthcare system, a consult June 3rd. And then the one that everyone tells us we should be going to that's very highly regarded, we couldn't get an appointment with. And this contact that she put me in touch with helped me navigate and got me an appointment for today, which was a week away from when they called me to ask. That's unbelievable. So now we have 3 options. In the meantime, we called Nevada, worked out some details. They were like, we can operate you, this was last week. They said we could operate on you Friday, which was 2 days later, which felt a little rushed considering it's a 2-day drive to Nevada. He declined and said, it's too fast. Like, that's crazy awesome. But we need to think about it. And anyway, in the meantime, we have this appointment and it's in Washington, which would make our life a lot easier because despite not being from here and not really having so many contacts here, we do have a lot of people reaching out to help us, and we are really close to the Canadian border, and we're from Canada originally and have tons of friends and some family there too. So, and they, you know, it's just a little bit easier to be here than to be in Nevada, where I actually don't know a single person that lives in Nevada. Do you?
I know a couple. I just thought about it last night. So someone a couple people I used to work with.
Okay.
But they're not close, but I'm sure they would do the same as far as helping us or helping us navigate. But it's 100 degrees or 30 Celsius for you Canadians, so we don't really want to deal with that.
Well, yeah, for walking and recovering, and also we left Florida because of how hot it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, those are minor things. Like, obviously we would go, and we will go. The car does not want to change lanes with you.
But the car is loaded right now.
Yeah. So anyway, this morning is our do or die. We have to start driving to Nevada to make it on time because our consult is Thursday.
Yeah, at noon.
Thursday at noon in Las Vegas. It is currently Tuesday morning at 8:40, and we're driving to our consult to our preferred provider
in Seattle
right now. Pending how this goes, I'm assuming I'm gonna love this doctor by all the reviews.
Don't forget your drink.
Yeah. But we don't know how far out she's booking, and if it's 3 weeks, but we could have surgery this Friday, it's just kind of a no-brainer to go to Nevada, get the surgery, and start recovering. Because I want to salvage some of our summer. Like, maybe that sounds short-sighted, or I don't know. Like, obviously we're facing what could potentially be a major health issue. But
well,
I also am trying to assume that
it's pretty major surgery, no matter how we slice it.
I know it is, but I feel like at least with that, there's a finite end to it. Like, all I have to do is do a good job recovering, taking it easy from the hysterectomy, and then we carry on with our lives.
She's a bad recoverer, just FYI. Little heads up for y'all.
I hate sitting still, but anyway. And also, when I feel good, then I'm just like, no, I can do it. But I'm going to have to resist that. And I'm not trying to make light of it, but truly, okay. First of all, I predict everything wrong. So if I say something's going to be okay, guaranteed it's going to fall to shit. It's going to fall apart.
More than 21 data points, statistically accurate. Dead wrong all the time.
So much so when I had the biopsy, I was like, it was like a Tuesday, and I came home from the biopsy appointment, and I was like, okay, we are good to go. And he was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, that's how, I'm 90%, I think I said 90%.
Maybe more.
90% sure we're cruising by this weekend. We're going to Alaska. We're a little late, but we're going. That was, when we were getting the results. Obviously, I was wrong.
We did cruise. We moved the boat from one slip to another slip. So.
Yeah. And excellent job, I might add. We killed that.
You slayed it.
Killed it. So I do have a tendency to be wrong. However, I'm going to boldly predict that it's just a hysterectomy.
We'll be cruising by 3 weeks.
and even if it is cancerous, obviously I hope it's not. But if it is, I'm going to predict that it's in the uterus and it's being removed. And then I carry on. I don't have all this other BS to deal with.
4 weeks.
So that's where we're at. Oh, and yesterday I realized that today is May 26th. And May 26th is an important date in our world because on this day, exactly 17 years ago, I was on the operating table for over 9 hours for brain surgery. Fun fact. Obviously, I'm fine, right?
Well, mostly.
It was a benign tumor called an acoustic neuroma, and I am the luckiest acoustic neuroma surgery patient that I know. I did lose hearing in my left ear, but I kept a little bit of it, and I didn't have facial paralysis, and there was a host of other issues, balance issues. I don't have a vestibular nerve on that side, but I just wonder if that bodes well for what today is. I think it does, because we're gonna get good news today, because I had a good news. Even though I was having brain surgery, I have a super awesome outcome. So that means we're gonna get a good outcome today too, right? Let's go with that. I don't really want to drive to Nevada, but I will if we have to.
Well, I will and you'll ride, but yeah.
I do know how to drive.
Well, I'm not really driving. Rivian's driving.
What do you think, Tank? You don't look worried. Says, I love a good road trip. Let's go to Nevada.
Viva. Well, he's never been to Vegas.
So we got called in for my oncology appointment, the very first one. They called my name, asked me to step on the scale, and before I could even get on the scale, the whole building went in a fire alarm and is evacuated. So now our appointment's on hold while we stand outside and wait for further direction. Of course.